I've spent $52,385 worth of Frost Stars in Whiteout Survival in 195 days. We're in the last day of State of Power prep, and look at what we got going right now. I mean, nobody's doing anything yet. I don't know why. I'm going to do some stuff, though. I've got some money to spend. I got some chief gear to do, some pets to do. Let's take a look at what that looks like. My points are 0 right now. Here's what things look like on the last day. We've got pets to do. With wild marks, we can still do some essence stones if I want to. And we've got, or widgets, you know, and we've got some speed ups we can do. But the main thing I'm going to be focused on is chief gear and pets, because I still got some pet stuff to do, and I wanted to save some points for the last day, and we got some chief gear to do. Let's start out with the spending, because I got a very careful spend plan I need to do tonight, because I have some very specific chief goals I want to do tonight. So let's start out with the spending here. Now, before I get into the spending, I just want to say one thing real quick. I just farted. That's one of the many sentences that people ask me to try to slip into my content. We're playing a game in the Discord channel. If you want to join the Discord, we're having a bunch of fun. Give me a phrase to try to slip in. Obviously, the ones in the future aren't going to be so obvious. I'm doing that today because it's a funny phrase, number one. And number two, I want to see what creative content you guys come up with. Give me a phrase to try to slip into my content. It'll be a fun little game we play as part of the community. So come and join the Discord. Check the link in the video description and you'll see what I'm talking about. The other thing I wanted to tell you about is this little 5% bouncing above my head. If you click the link in my video description, you can go to the official store. It's an affiliate link that I have that gives me some credit for the sale and gives me some, you know, Frost Stars as well. So if you're going to spend money in the game anyways and you want to continue to see this journey, be part of the community, see how things go and support me, that's a super simple way you can do it. All you got to do is click that link. It gives me credit for the sale when you buy Frost Stars, and then, you know, I get some Frost Stars as well. It's as simple as that. So I hope to see you in the Discord. Come along and join us and have a little fun with us. All right, let's get into the rest of this tonight. So we've taken a look at Artisan's Trove we have tonight, and I've got to be very careful in this one. I have a very specific, calculated move I want to do because of what I want to do with Chief Gear tonight. So I got to be real careful here. So on the $5 mark, I need the Classic, which is the 35 design plans. All right, so that's the $5 mark. And then the next special one I have is at the $50 mark. So everything else has to be Sublime until the $50 mark. So at the $10 mark, we're going to grab Sublime because I need the polishing solution. So Sublime, Sublime. All right, now at the $50 mark, I need to grab the Exquisite. So that's at the $50 mark. And then I need to grab Sublime again at the $100 mark. Sublime. There we go. All right, I hope I got that right. I calculated it all out. I have some very specific goals. We'll get into Chief Gear later. All right, custom armament chest. We're just going to claim that. Hall of Chiefs. I'm buying this for the speed ups. So there's not, you know, we have T11s coming soon. I don't have enough speed ups. I just used some the other day for experts, and I need the speed ups. So not much I can do about that. I just need them. Needs what it needs. All right, let's see. Grab the daily deals, see if I can get lucky. Hey, that's pretty darn good. This is was the most I got 14, or I think maybe the most I got was 14. That's still pretty darn good, 13. That's the best I've got in a while. All right, we'll make these claims. Get these out of the way quick. And while we're in this section of the shop, there's something else I need to buy as well. So I need to buy some more Lunar Amber. So I need to buy, I'm going to do the 10. I'm going to do the 20. And then I'm going to do the 50. And that should be enough Lunar Amber to get me through that Chief Gear push that I'll show you in a little bit. All right, I think that's all I needed to do in this section here. Now, I'm going to need to top off my points again soon. All right, let's look at the deals section quick. We got a Vault of Enigma. And again, I went through the logic of why I'm picking the pets, the Advanced Wild Mark, is because it's kind of like the next best value for me. And it's what I need the most for, you know, account growth, basically. So it's the best value and what I need for, you know, stats on account growth. All right. So there we go. And I'll make that claim. and grab my 20 pet marks that we'll use. Crystal reactivation. I am grabbing this mainly because, whoa, I keep clicking all over the place. All right, the main reason I'm grabbing this is because I want to, I don't even know if I need to buy these anymore, but I'll go ahead and do it. I need the speed ups. There's speed ups that come with this as well. And you know, we still need to put fire crystals in the tank, and this is one of the better values anyways, especially because it comes with those random chests that sometimes these little guys here that sometimes you get quite lucky on. So if I can manage to get some luck on them, you know, it'll be worth it in the end. So let's take a look. Let's grab all these, and then we'll see how lucky I got or not. And I'll grab what I can of these while I'm in here. All right. All right, that's that. Take the Journey Treasures. This is just a claim today. Sign in and earn it, just a claim. Deadshot. Oh. Man, all right. Well, as you all know, I love Deadshot, so here we go. Let's see what we can do. Oh, not a bad start. Oh, come on, Deadshot. What are you doing to me? Oh, man. I just love Deadshot. Well, that's not horrible. That's not horrible. Because all the pluses, but it would have been nicer to have a better run than that. All right, I'll take it. All right, here we go. Grab that deposit, and we're done. All right, that's all I got to do in the deals section. Take a look at the event section again, just to give it a quick scan. Take a look at the calendar. Forgot to do that. Oh, we have Snowbusters coming up. That'll be after SvS weekend. Of course, we have SvS coming up, and we have state transfers coming up with Alliance Showdown as well. So that'll be a fun week. A calm week after SvS. It tends to be a slow week after SvS. Everybody needs a break after all the, you know, tension of SvS. All right, let's take this Crystal Lab while we're in here too, before we start this push. And let's see. So we get into the pets. So I'm going to start with pets only because it's a little bit, you know, longer of a grind to do. But what I want to show is I want to talk about the refinement process again. Let's see, did I do it on the other guy? Yeah, I didn't do it on him yet. So there's a couple of different ways to do this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to burn a bunch of the common wild marks to get stats up. Now I'm going to show you how, let's get this going in auto mode just to show you, I'm not going to do that many, but just to show you what happens while this is kind of burning down. And I'm going to talk about it while it's burning down. Normally I kind of speed this stuff up, which I might do a little bit later, but I want to explain some stuff first. So when you refine with the common wild marks or with the advanced wild marks, it's all random based. For those, I think, you know, my veterans who are following me, you already know this stuff. But for those of you who are kind of newer to the game and learning it alongside me, I'm just kind of give you some thoughts here. The thing is, if you notice, my points keep going up because, you know, I've been spending a bunch, you know, turning gems into common wild marks because that turns into stats. So like it's an efficient move to make. It's a good way to get power per dollar, basically. And gems you get through all the packs, so you're converting that residual value into power, basically. So so I try to reserve a lot of my gems for pets after I was taught this. The thing is it is random. You can see the stats are random. Now there is a method I showed the other day where you can kind of isolate one item at a time. But here's the thing. I don't want to come off as recommending that because I think it's been proven since that that's a very inefficient way to do it. But because you're kind of wasting all those stats along the way. Because as you can see, like there's several rounds will go by where it's hard to get those stats. So you might as well take everything you can get. The only time I think I would use that strategy is right at the end. If you're like maybe a percent or maybe even 2, but you know, if you're right at the end and you want to lock that in, then that technique where you just you do it manually and only increase or only accept as long as that one stat goes up, even if it means the rest of your power goes down, then at the very end, I think it could be a valuable technique only because you're kind of minimizing the waste. And once you lock it into gold in particular, I would think I would only do this for gold actually. once you lock it in for gold, it can't go backwards after that. So you lock that in for gold, and then even if the other stats, go down, that one's not going to go down because it can't go lower than gold. So like the initial transition, I personally think it could be useful for that, but I wouldn't do it otherwise because it's kind of like wasteful. You're throwing away stats across the board just to try to get one stat higher. And I don't think that's the right thing to do. I don't think it's the efficient thing to do. In fact, I think some other people have since proven that technique is not very efficient. So, and look, I'm already getting my basic points for SvS. So let's see, I'm gonna let this run a little bit, and then I'll do a little fast forward and I'll catch you up in the end. We'll see how many common wild marks we had to burn to get closer to gold. Here we go. All right, that's about all I want to do with common wild marks. I kind of did it as an account experiment. Now, here's the thing. There's different camps on this, but like strictly speaking, it's best, as you can see, it's best once you get to purple to use the advanced wild mark. So let me show you the difference. Let's run this on auto and just see what type of stats we get from just 20 of those. It's still random based, but I mean, most of these will pop a pretty good stat. So 20 of these will give me quite good stats, right? So the general advice is to get yourself to purple and then use advanced wild marks. Now, the difference between the kind of the whale spending that I'm doing here, though, is that, all right, so that gave me a good bump there as well. The difference with the whale spending, though, is, the common wild marks you can get from gems, and you're going to be getting a lot of gems from all the spending you do. So for most whales, and actually for anybody who can afford to do it, if you're not in probably the low spend and below, you can't really afford to do this. Medium spend, you probably don't want to do this either. But if you're in the whale spending level, it's like, what else are you going to do with those gems, right? Like, this is a way to convert gems to power. And even though it's kind of roll of the dice, and even though it's not super efficient at this level when you're in purple, it's still a way to get points for SvS, and it's a way to grind up some of those gems, or turn the gems into common wild marks, which gives you a roll of the dice towards stats and pets. So that's what you do. And so I'll save the rest of these because I'll use them for other events and stuff. But these I got because I had a whole bunch of advanced wild marks saved up. As I get more advanced wild marks though, and I have events to use them in, I'll start pressing these other pets and I'll get them, get them up to gold. That's the goal. So let's take a look at what that did for SvS points. Let's take a look. All right. So from all that grinding, about 3.5 million pet points. We'll grab our claims here. Grab our medal. Or metal rewards, I guess. All right. And we'll grab those tokens. So, I know I'm not nowhere on the board yet. Let's see where things look. Yeah, I'm 15. I mean, there's a couple people did do their push already, but I haven't done the big push, the one you're waiting for. So let's get to that. So that's what do we got to do? I did some pet stuff, and I'm not going to do any more hero stuff tonight. Let's do check the backpack though, because we do have some stuff in the backpack. Actually, I'll go right to left. Not much here. I'll convert all that. Empty this chest. Empty that chest. Put these in the tank. All right. Now, we can take a look at the speed ups. This is, slowly trying to get those speed ups back up again after the expert work. And see if I can get lucky on this one. No luck there. That's all right. We saved the luck for the big chest. So if I do 17 of these, I mean, by far you're going to get no more than 10. Like 10 or less is what you're going to probably get. So 10 or 5. So the way I look at it is, if I can manage to get 107 of these, I'm doing 170 of these, I'm doing pretty good. If I get more than 170, that means I popped some good luck on one of those other ones. Look, to get 20, it's a 10% chance. To get 50 or 100 is only a 1% chance. To get 200 is a 0.5% chance. So if I get more than 170 on these, I think I'm doing pretty good. Let's see what happens. Hey, look at that. 265, I'll take it. That's pretty darn good. All right. That's not quite 20 per, but that's up there. That's pretty good. Considering the chances, that's pretty good. All right. And the only thing, I mean, just to take a look at what's going on with the hero gear, we already did this push last night. And basically, I had enough to max out. I got these unblocked, but then maxed them out quickly again. So they're sitting there waiting for the next time I do a push as well. And then we can just start dumping some, XP and some of these other gear just to as a holding place, which will be useful for like arena and stuff like that. There we go. All right, so that's all we're doing with pets tonight. I'm sorry, all we're doing with hero gear tonight. And since I've got them all up to 10, I could start looking at master foraging some of these, which wouldn't be necessarily such a bad idea at the lower levels. I do just want to make sure that so I have one, so I can do it, get a little more points on that. But that's it. I don't want to start, compromising the second march, or the second march worth of gear. So that's what we got going there. Oh, well, I'm a sucker for hero gear mastery, so the budget starts next week, so might as well grab it. Let's see what happens. I'll probably get 2 because I'm probably close to the pity reward because I've been taking the little chests. No, only 1. All right. That's all right. And I got some epic gear, which I'll have to take a look at because I think one of my alternate marches needs some epic gear that I'll take a look at. So, all right. So let's take a look at the chief gear.
You do notice the
so what are my plans for tonight? Well, I'm gonna restore a little balance to the account. So you heard me talking the other night about how I felt like the Lancers were out of balance. And so what did I do? I maxed the charms. Okay. But what I really want to do next is I want to get a little bit more going on the chief gear to kind of restore a little bit of balance. So what my plan is to get first, I want to get these guys up to max. That'll have my infantry to max. And you got these bonuses too, these ring bonuses as well for the 6 and the 3. But that's important. So, but it's not, I still want the stats I need. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go for the maxing the gear here. So we're going to get these infantry gear to max. All right. So that's now maxed. And here's this infantry gear maxed. All right. And if I did my math right on all the calculators, I should be good to go here. The next thing I'm going to focus on, and this is a big stretch, but I want to get the marksman to T2. All right. And I want to get the lancers to T1. So let's start with the marksman. I always get a little bit anxious if the calculators were wrong. So I got a little bit of wiggle room here, but I want to do this in rounds. That way, if the calculator did get it wrong, I don't leave things in a weird state. All right. All right, now we're at T1. All right, and I do want the T1 bonus, so now I'll go to the Lancers, and I'll get them to T1. Here we go. All right. All right, we're at 3. Oh, those materials start to burn real fast. All right. Do I have enough? Did my calculator fail me? I don't know. I'm going to do them one at a time just in case. It should be real tight. I don't like it. It's getting real tight. But I should have enough. All right. And now we got the Marksman to T2. All right. I actually have a little bit more in the tank. So I could push this a tiny bit more, maybe? Let's see. Oh, so close. I don't want to buy... Oh, 5 more Lunar Amber. Let's see. Do I have enough to convert 5 and still have... Let's see. All right. And now I'm out. I'm outsy. That's it. But that's pretty good progress for one night. I got the infantry max. I got this to T2, 1 star, and then the Lancer to T1. This is, to me, in my mind, this is like restoring a little bit of balance because you still want to make sure you got that attack. And I still want to make sure I get these, you know, these ring bonuses and stuff. So T2 on the 3 bonus and T1 on the 6 bonus, basically. So that's nice. Those are nice extra stats as well. And now we're in the zone where, like, yeah, I want to start making sure that I'm balancing things correctly. So I, you know, pushed the charms, and I got the hero gear a little bit up, and then I got the Marksman back up over here. So kind of keeping things in check, keeping things in balance a little bit. Let's see what that did for SvS points. All right, now I got 14 mil points. Not bad. Not bad at all. So here's what things are looking like for my total. And here's what things are looking like in this phase. I do have some more little work I can do. I can do some more pet work. But that's what we'll take a look at. I'll take a look at, you know, what else I can push off camera when I get a chance to settle down and think about what else I want to do. I might do a little bit more hero gear work, but probably I'll do a little bit more pet work, because those are, I can replace those gems. It just takes a long time to grind, so I don't want to keep on doing it. Let's take a look at the lab, I think. So see how things, all right, so we got Research Center and Gearforge. So for Research Center, I think we're looking at 60, 15, 25. Let's see. Nope, that didn't do it. I don't know. I did push some, didn't I? I'm pretty sure I did. So let's try something more like, let's see. Let's try 52, 19, 29. All right. Hey, now. Nope. Got blocked again. Nice. Can I get past 14? That would be sweet. I don't know if it's going to happen, though. Come on. Oh, so close. Nope, not tonight. All right, still, take that. Good progress. That's what things are looking like for Research Center. All right, now let's take a look at Gearforge. So based on that stat that worked, I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this configuration. 45, 20, 35. Let's see if that works. Although I did do a bunch of pushing tonight, so probably anything will work for a little while. All right. Past 25. Nice. I've cleared all the stages of this trial. I can't go any further? That's a first. I thought this must open up more when gear goes further. Oh, I didn't check the rank. Let's see where things are looking like for the rank there. What does it say? Limit reached. All right. Well, that's a new one. I reached the top of the mountain. All right. Well, I'm at the top of the mountain for Gearforge. No more Gearforge for me. Well, I wonder if I'll still get rewards every week. Hopefully I will. All right. That's all we got for Labyrinth. So now let's just take a look at VIP, see where we're at. All right. Make sure everything's in the tank. Yep, it is. So we're looking at 3.1 mil. We're going to have a slow week next week. That's when you see me spinning the wheel. But until then, these are just going to sit there. It's going to, you know, collect some dust basically for a week. Well, that's all I have for tonight. I hope you enjoyed this content. I hope you enjoy following this journey. Remember, there's a couple ways you can support me. If you want to help out, you want to continue to follow this journey and help me out, see how where things go with the spending and where things go with my personal growth in the game and the account. One thing you do is use the link to the affiliate link to the store. That gives me some Frost Stars as well if you use it. You just click that link, it goes to the main store. There's a 5% top off bonus going on right now for limited time. And if you just use that link, it'll give me some Frost Stars as well. The other way you can help me out is super simple. All you got to do is like this video, subscribe to the channel, and that helps more than you might realize. And then turn on notifications. That way, whenever I post anything, you'll be the first to know about it. Thank you very much for joining me. And until next time, I'll see you later.